In the beginning of this segment, the background includes the words thunder and chunky, and the main character sits in a spinning chair. That character later pretends that a spray paint can is deodorant while a cop shakes his baton at him. The Hollywood sign is visible when the main character gets into the unusual taxi. After he plays b-ball outside of the school, his mother gets scared. For 10 points, name this television segment detailing Will Smith's move from West Philadelphia to a certain part of Los Angeles. And the answer is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro. His alter egos include Safari Al, Tracer Bullet, and Stupendous Man, the latter having an arch nemesis named Rosalind. He built his own transmogrifer and likes to philosophize on sledding trips with his companion, whom he caught with a tuna sandwich. He is the founder and supreme dictator for life of the Gross Society, which targets girls, though he is said to have a crush on Susan Durkins. For 10 points, identify this Bill Watterson cartoon character with an overactive imagination who is almost always seen with his tiger, Hobbs. And the answer is Calvin. A DVD based on the elements of this movie was released containing the documentary Under the Hood and the animated adaptation of the comic Tales of the Black Freighter. This movie's cast included Billy Crudup, Matthew Good, Patrick Wilson, Malin Ackerman, and Jackie Earle Haley. Set in an alternate history 1985, where Richard Nixon is still president, for 10 points, identify this 2009 movie that contains the characters Edgar Jacobi, also known as Moloch the Mystic, Daniel Dryberg, also known as Night Owl 2, and Walter Kovacs, also known as Rorschach. And the answer is Watchmen. Former employees of this company include Devin White, who was terminated on Halloween and received gift certificates to Chili's as a severance package, and Tom Peets, whose mental illness and subsequent suicide was uncovered a year later when checking the suggestion box. Roy Anderson was a warehouse worker engaged to the receptionist Pam Beasley before he attacked Jim Halpert, leading to his termination from this company. For 10 points, identify this fictional paper company whose Scranton branch is led by Michael Scott, the setting for NBC's The Office. And the answer is Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. The Weaker Than's One Great City notes hatred for a city in this country. It's home to a city whose airport code is played in Morse code on crotales to open an instrumental track. It's also home to Birchmount Stadium, home of the Robbie. Another band from this country included 4 neighborhood songs on their debut album Funeral. Home to the artists of songs like YYZ and 1 Week, named this home and native land to Rush, Bare Naked Ladies, and Arcade Fire, America's neighbors to the north. And the answer is Canada. The manual for this game notes that ninja dinosaurs may lurk underneath the fog of war. It includes social policies like the mutually exclusive piety and rationalism, the latter of which includes secularism, which gives bonus science for each specialist in a city. Unlike its predecessors, it gives defensive bonuses for settling near mountain ranges and is using hexagonal tile system, although Greece still replaces Spearmen with its Hoplite unique unit. For 10 points, name this turn-based strategy game, the 5th in a series created by Sid Meier. And the answer is Civilization V. Bill Cullen hosted the precursor to this show. Craig Ferguson believes that this show's longtime host is a vampire. That host helped demolish Craig's old set. Terry Neese won a Big Green Egg grill before becoming the only contestant to make a perfect bid in this show's final game, although a bid within $250 wins the contestant both showcases. Also featuring games like Cliffhangers, Plinko, and the twice-played Big Wheel, named this CBS daytime game show formerly hosted by Bob Barker. And the answer is The Price is Right. Bosses in this game include Lord Maurogar, Professor Putricide, and the frost worm Syndragosa. Those bosses are found in the Ice Crown Citadel. Another dungeon in this game is Upper Blackrock Spire, where players can earn the achievement Leroy depending on their faction. Players can also earn the achievements for the Alliance or for the Horde. Recently advertised by Ozzy Osbourne and Mr. T, who plays a Night Elf Mohawk, named this popular massively multiplayer online role-playing game released by Blizzard. And the answer is World of Warcraft. The protagonist of this film enrages a hammerhead titan of there after poking some flowers. That man replaces his twin brother at the RDA Corporation, and he joins Trudy and Norm in their defiance of Colonel Quaritch, knowing he will not get a cure for his paralyzed legs. Starring Sam Worthington as Jake Sully and also featuring Sigourney Weaver, this film ends without mining the unobtainium beneath the home tree of the blue-skinned Na'vi people on the moon Pandora. For 10 points, name this 2009 James Cameron epic film, formerly the top-grossing movie of all time. And the answer is Avatar. This actor appears as Justin Halpern's father in a show adapted from Halpern's Twitter account, and he recently played a sex-crazed, mad cow-afflicted, undefeated lawyer who ends each episode drinking on a roof with Alan Shore, played by James Spader. In his most famous role, he kills a Gorn captain with an improvised cannon after the Metrons force him to fight. In that role, he commands officers Chekhov, Uhura, and Spock on the Starship Enterprise. Name this actor who played Denny Crane on Boston Legal and Captain James Tiberius Kirk on Star Trek. And the answer is William Shatner.